Time for Some Changes, written by Pauline Evanosky. What do you do when you are unhappy at work? When what everybody else does or doesn't do makes you want to scream and pull your hair out? If I could put my psychic thinking hat on, I'd say you are probably in your 40s. Although it can happen a whole lot earlier, basically, it doesn't matter when you get this feeling. What do? I think it has to do with what you care about. If what you care about is your job performance, then pretty much you've got control over that. If you are in a managerial position, not so much. That puts you right there with being responsible for other people's performance, which reflects directly on you. No more can you say, "Off with their heads," like they did in Alice in Wonderland. Nobody controls your heart. Nobody controls what you find to be fulfilling. So, my thought would be first, can you quit your job or transfer to another position within the company? If the answer to that is no, and everybody at home relies on your paycheck, then you need to change your attitude. It's simple to say, just relax a little. It's hard to accomplish. Nobody said you had to eat, drink, think, and live work. Develop another interest or two. Do you like to read? Maybe you'd like to write. Writers have to read. They don't spend all their time writing. Reading is like having an energy drink. It just helps you to see how other people are thinking and what they are thinking about. It helps to see what other people think is important. So if survival is important in that you cannot give up your job, think back to when you gave up your first dream. What if it was being a ballerina? Now, it's too late. You were too short anyway. It just never would have worked. Well, I've got some news for you. You still need to exercise. What if you were to take up some other form of dance, where it doesn't matter how tall or short you are? The training you received years ago will come into play with whatever form of dance you choose. Plus, you will have the added benefit of exercising, which is crucial for older folks. You would also meet new people. You are certainly never guaranteed that you're going to like them all, but you'd be on the move. That is a trajectory that will not stop. It's important. Okay, so what if your love included art? Grab a piece of paper and a pencil. No, you don't have to go out and purchase special paper and pencils. Save those for later. Set yourself an assignment in which you will draw something each and every day. Don't spend 3 hours on it. Right now, you don't have 3 hours to spend. Spend half an hour. Find a picture of somebody on the internet that you like and print it out. Now, draw it. As time goes on, you will get better at it. What about work? Think like you are getting ready to retire. Ensure that a portion of what you make now goes into a special fund. If you don't know about investing, learn about it. Decide how much you need to live on each month. Then aim for that to be what you'd like to make during your retirement. Get busy with it. I can tell you from experience that if you can't be bothered to pay attention to what will be coming in when you are retired, you won't have much at all. What we did was practice living poor for the last year before I retired. No more fancy trips. Plan instead local trips you can have that are closer to home. In the old days, we would eat a whole lot better than we do now. Steak and shrimp. We would also end up throwing a lot of food away. That doesn't happen anymore. Wednesday night soup is our new thing. Trash day is Thursday. You can make soup out of pretty much anything. Is now the time to get a companion animal? If you've got a good 20 years left, think about a dog or a cat. Because dogs like walks, you will have no excuse to become sedentary. Cats are comfortable wandering off on their own and do not require supervision. Well, they don't like it. If you've got 50 to 70 years left, consider a parrot. Or get a plant and talk to that. How do you figure out how much time you've got left? Well, consider your relatives. When did they start dying? That's an educated guess. These are all self-help things. But maybe, just maybe, it would be beneficial for you to have a spot of psychotherapy. Family, friends, and coworkers are always good for suggestions, but they are not trained professionals. You don't have to commit to 10 years of therapy. The first thing the therapist is going to ask you is what is bothering you. Then, you work on that. They will give you tools you can use to calm down and become more focused. You might try tapping. I've found tapping on my temples and collarbone to be just the ticket sometimes. I have also found writing in my journal to be helpful in ordering my thoughts. Sometimes a cup of tea is all I need. Another thing occurred to me. What if you need to be in control all the time? There were some hard lessons I had to learn during my life. I had to learn that nobody else was to blame for my problems. The other hard lesson I had to learn was that I could not control what other people thought or did. Much as you want them to do a good job or to be happy in their lives, you can't make anyone do anything. In therapy, one thing might lead to another, and as the hurts and wounds are given the promise of a healing environment, more might pop up. That's life. You do one thing to accomplish something, and something else happens. The wheels fall off. So now that you've got the wagon bed all smooth and splinter-free, you need to figure out what's wrong with the wheels. One foot in front of the other. Also, you do the therapy thing until you feel you don't need it anymore. This is not court-ordered stuff. One day, you realize you've been feeling okay and say goodbye to your therapist. If you need them again in a year or two, that's fine too. It's also expected because the universe has this tricky little thing it does. It doesn't give you more than you can handle. Someday in the future, the universe or your higher self is going to say, he thinks he's healed? The other shoe will drop, and you will think your therapy never worked in the first place. Well, it did. You're just ready now for some more. How do you know it's time for new shoes? When your feet hurt. Same thing with whatever you are doing in life. If something hurts and needs attention, go fix it with whatever tools you have at hand. Maybe you just need a new plan. Thanks for watching us at Just Passing Through. I write encouraging and motivational pieces. I hope you enjoyed this one. Written by Pauline Evanosky.